Merhaba. Welcome. You guys know what race it is. It is obviously the Turkish Grand Prix. My phone is low key bugging for real. But yeah. You know what we gotta have to do. We're gonna have to do, you know what we're gonna have to do. Uh yeah, mate, I don't know what we're gonna have to do, but we're gonna have to do something. Yeah. Yeah, it's been 2 minutes. I'm just gonna play the intro, and we will get to it. We will get to it. Right to it. Right. Matthew steering his driver now. You guys know how much I love Turkey. So obviously, like we did it in France and Emilia Romagna, we're gonna have the anthem play. So yeah. Korkma sönmez bu şafaklarda yüzen al sancak. Sönmeden yurdumun üstünde tütenmez olacak o benim milletimin yıldızıdır parlayacak o benim. O benim milletimindir ancak çatma kurban olayım şehremin en azı hilal kahraman ırkıma bir güne bu şiddet bu celal sana olmaz dökülen kanlarımız sonra helal hakkıdır hakka tapan milletimin istiklal. Top 15 aura moments of all time. Türk milleti çalışkandır. Anyway, I love Turkey. If you didn't know, for those who didn't know, I love Turkey. I'm a big Turkey fan. Yeah. So, according to what Sadaf wants, he doesn't want to simulate qualifying. So we're not gonna simulate qualifying. We're just gonna skip qualifying, and go directly to the race. I think that's a good. We should do that. So you have here the championship, boss 4 ring qualifying, and we're just gonna skip it, please, guys. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Obviously, end qualifying session. So Dolph is on pole, to Ocon, to Tanabadon in P3, to Joe P4, 5 is Tab, Fonner 6, Joel 7, Eric 8, Turks at 9, Codino 10, and you have the rest of them. Okay, we'll do this. Let's do this. Let us do this. Let us do this. Yada yada. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Five lights here in Istanbul. And it's lights out and away we go. Sadaf takes preventative measures to prevent Ocon from going anywhere, but Ocon has to stay behind. Meanwhile, Tanabadol in P3 really Sadaf's front already looking for a move on Ocon. Sadaf seems to have run away though, and Joe is also looking to cycle move onto Tanabadol. We just go here with Sadaf, who's managed a great exit out of the first few corners. Foneroli, it seems as though he's tumbling down the order with Joe in there. Ocon's been passed by Tanabadol as well, but Ocon goes back for the move. Oh my days. But Ocon goes back for the move as we enter into sector 2. Tap from Joe's are also tumbling down the order, vulnerable to tap from Jupiter, who's already making his way up the grid. But Joe has managed to get into P3 from taking it from Tanabadol. But Tanabadol will go back. He's already been a 5-second on T4. Palanabadol full colliding with Joe. And there's a virtual safety car. Who's retired? Someone's retired. Why is there? Harpalata's retired. Eric is... Oh no. Oh no. Eric's down in P19. Oh my gosh. Oh no. So already before lap 2, we will have a virtual safety car. Yeah. So all this means that Joe started had a great start, but he's just not delivering right now. Franco Colino actually made a great start. Fonra, not a very good start. But virtual safety car ends. We resume racing in Turkey. Here with Joe, everyone's full on battery now, so I doubt they will have any problem trying to cycle this through. Okay. As you continue on here, obviously Joe and Tanner are on the softer tires, so they are, the faster people on track. But we will see at the end of the first stint what does Mercedes do when Ocon's already gained massive amounts of time on Sadaf in P1. Will Ocon go for the move, or will he be overtaken by Tanner Bardot, who briefly had set the fastest lap, but Joe set an even faster lap than that. Dirksen takes the fastest lap away from that as well by nearly 4 tenths, and the fastest lap just keeps going down and down. But who else keeps going down and down? That's Tanabadol. Tanabadol got overtaken by Joe, but he will have the inside line against the Red Bull and makes due of it. Sadaf says the fastest sector 1, but his teammate is very close behind. Yeah, here you have Tanabadol and Joe both fighting for that last podium position. It's a Mercedes front row lockout. They are 1 and 2 as of right now. Tanabadol already susceptible to tap from Jupiter. I saw that. That's not a penalty. Tap from Jupiter also collected some penalty time, but doesn't apply to him. Yeah, going into the braking zones now with Slovakia. Seems to be the fastest man out on track. Ocon's rear wing is open though, so will he try to do his magic? And if you remember, he started P4 in Spain and won. Yeah. So will we see a bit of that, or will we see some classic sort of defending? Honda already comes into the pits. Wow, that's so smart of you to say that. So thankfully now Mercedes, all they have to do is commit to team orders, maybe let Ocon through or something. But there are no, if there were team orders in this game, but there are no team orders in this game. So yeah. Honda really comes out in P15 as well. Going into sector 2, yeah. further up in front, going into sector 2, we have these absolutely revving me out. Ocon wants to go for a move there, it seems. If we remember what happened in Portugal, uh, it was a it looked very fortunate for Mercedes and Ocon. But Ocon's just set two fastest laps in a row, so he's catching. Last lap he was a few tenths behind. Sadaf defends the inside line. The two Mercedes are going band for band, but Ocon is through into the lead of the race. But Sadaf will have the inside line, which quickly turns into the outside line, meaning Ocon will get the better traction and will stay ahead of his teammates. Sadaf tried to side for a move, but Ocon went defensively. But in doing that, has allowed Sadaf with the inside line, the greater traction, and the position back. But mind that he has to keep some space for Ocon behind. the two drivers here absolutely giving each other everything. Eric set the fastest lap of the has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Tanner Bardola has dropped down the order to P5. For those of us who remember, we started P3. Two Mercedes absolutely going band for band. Ocon with the inside line. The greater traction coming out of the final corners will be ahead of his teammate. Going on to the main straight, Sadaf will have the DRS. Can he take the inside line by turn 1 and keep his position as of now? Yes, he can. The gap already to be increasing here. Already to about 1.5 seconds already. As the medium tire begins to give out. So when we see the strategy come, when the strategy does come, what will Mercedes do? Will they give Ocon the winning strategy, or will they give someone else that strategy? We have Honor already having to tassel his way back up the order, as Reynolds are not having the greatest of days as of right now. Jeez. Is my stream paused? My stream is not paused, okay. Yeah. And actually all this is allowed Joe on the soft tire. I mean, you can see how bad the soft tire is right now. But all this has allowed Joe on the soft tire to actually catch up. Will he overtake Ocon here as we come into the final corner and threaten Mercedes' jostling about a bit, Can just see Joe just right there. But Ocon will have DRS, pulls aside, pulls past. Will Joe do the same thing? No, he's too far back. Going into the first turn, Ocon is ahead. But it seems as though Sadaf is the one with the pace today in the Mercedes. So will he do something? Joe already coming into contention here, but I think he's going to have to pit. Can you see how Ocon is trying to extract the most out of that car to clear Sadaf? Oh, he did the same thing. So Sadaf will have the inside line, but this time Ocon squeezing him out on track. The two Mercedes cars, the two Silver Arrows, absolutely giving each other everything here in Istanbul. Sadaf will pull past, has the braking zone first, takes the position. What can Joe do? Joe's been watching, and he will make a move on Ocon, past him. Will he go for the lead of the race, past Sadaf, or will he try something else and spoil the Mercedes party? Pulls past, goes back down. Did you see how slow these cars are going into the... He does. What about Ocon? Does Ocon pit? Ocon stays out. The preferred strategy as of right now, because he's staying out. And Tap's also caught up to him. How are all these cars catching up so fast? I just don't understand. Like, where do you extract this kind of pace from? Eric, he's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Anthony. Yeah, it's not a good day at the Red Bull garage and it's not been a good few races for the driver this season. Though I do think Ocon is just gonna pit now, I think. Let's look at Tap's car. Just to state it, yep. Mediums look absolutely destroyed, absolutely tarnished. So we'll have to see how that progresses, eh? Really would have to see how that progresses. Yeah, I think Ocon's gonna pit because Tap just see that he wanted to go for a move. Tap stays out, goes into the lead of the race. Ocon will pit. What does he go for? I presume hards. Yes, he does. And Sadov right now crossing the final corners, battling it out with Joe. I think, yeah, they're both, Ocon's both gonna be overtaken by them, but just barely, it seems. No, not just barely. Okay. Yeah. So now Ocon is the one on the back foot, but with the fresher tires, I think he will try and make do of that. If any competitive advantage over his teammate right here in Istanbul. He said that he wanted to win the race in Turkey. Can he prove himself worthy of that? Oh, fun that as well. Back up into the points. So good for him. Oh, it's 30 laps in Turkey actually. That's crazy. Okay, so what's going on now? What's going on? There's nothing going on right now. Oh, Sadaf and Joe actually fighting. Sadaf and Joe are actually fighting right now. Fighting for their lives. For the net lead of the race. Tap obviously pits. So Joe will have DRS, psychs a move, takes the corner first, greater traction, greater ability, and makes the corner first. But obviously, yeah, can I get thank you? Yeah. So yeah, Sadaf already a second behind Joe, just in the background there. I don't know if you saw him. That was Aircon El Tiburon. I don't know what's a shark in Turkish. Someone tell me what is a shark in Turkish. Yeah. Into the DRS. Is this DRS zone? Yes, this is the DRS zone. The second behind, but his rear wing stays closed. And the first car to be lapped, who is Rafa Caetano, he's just up the road. So when back markers become a problem, you always know that, yeah, something's bound to happen. Instead of too far back, will he go for a move? Just in the nick of time, Joe manages to stay ahead. Gertson actually up into P5, having an amazing race right now. But do you know also having quite the amazing race? It is Sadov. So Sadov, whoa, wanted to go for a move, has the inside line with the greater traction, is able to pull aside and ahead by the apex. As you go into the famous curved corners that resemble Suzuka. Suzuka's also no, the curved corners that resemble some of the other tracks that you've seen, such as Kota. And just as I say that, Joe pulls up ahead. So yeah, obviously in the top 10, Tap has the fastest tires, but out of the top 7 right now, it seems as though it's Franco Kalua and Ocon on the alternative strategy. Actually, Joe's pulling out some amazing pace right now. And Aircon's teammate, Sadaf, right there. Aircon, go for a move, is ahead by the apex. No, he's behind by the apex. But Tap also sets the fastest lap. We'll have the inside line. Obviously, fresher tires, Sadaf can't really fight back with that. So after 12 laps, finally, Aircon is on the charge. Can he go for the racing today here in Turkey? Joe's already managed to pull out a 3-second gap actually from all this Mercedes preparing. But I think knowing how fast the Mercedes cars are, they'll have no time, no job in clearing that. Bringing the order back to possibly the Mercedes one too. This will help them massively in the constructors. Coming into the final corners. Yeah, Joe's is still 2 seconds behind, but it seems as though they've gained a second a lap. So all Mercedes need to do is just not have their cars fight. They were about to right now. Just have to have both of their cars just not fight, and it'll be fine. Like you see, like this is helping Joe massively because he's able to just go out ahead and run his race while behind they're catching and in front Joe's disappearing out of view. So just see there Ocon gone there, takes the inside line, takes the apex first, and is ahead. But only by 4/10, only by a few car lengths is he ahead, and he needs to make up some very, very crucial ground. So it's imperative that Mercedes actually tell Sadov to back off for now. But since this is monoposto, you can't really tell, have team orders here. So Sadov will go back out ahead of Ocon. And actually Ocon seems to be slow right now, as of right now. Ocon seems to be very, very slow. But he isn't slow, Sadov isn't slow. He's got into the DRS range, which means that we will have a three-way battle for all three podium positions, because they're all within a second of each other. So Joe's so Sadov was within a second of Joe coming onto the DRS, and Ocon was within a second of Sadov as well. Yeah. Okay, continuing on. Remember, the DRS zone is just about to approach. So, so that really needs to be fast with it. As Ocon is, you can just see Ocon just lurking right there in the background. Going onto the DRS, no. But Ocon's rear wing stays open. But Ocon is going very fast right now. You just see there, he will go for a move on Sadov. Teammates collide there, but it's not a penalty. Teammates just collided there. Yeah, that's hurt Ocon's car, but it's hurt Sadov more than Ocon. Actually, Joe also has some damage on their car, on his car. That's 98% car, 98. Sadov is 97. Yeah, so with half the race done, it seems as though Joe will come out on top with the two Mercedes behind, fighting for survival on the podium. Okay. Yeah, so actually Ocon overcutting has actually not worked in his favor, because Joe and the likes have already, managed to get past him. Oh my gosh, both Mercedes cars have crashed. I don't know if you saw that, but the two Mercedes just drove each other into the wall. What was that? It isn't a day without Mercedes operations, is it? It isn't a day without Mercedes operations. Yes, Sadov pits. Joe as well also pits. So they're double stacking now. And that's actually caused Sadov to lose a lot of time because they've double stacked. And they've both got the mediums. They have the advantage of being the fastest cars out on track. But this isn't where they wanted to. Oh no. What's happened here? What has happened here? So yeah, they have to make an elite recovery drive right now. Wow, okay. And Joe has come up to his first back marker, and we all know how good Joe is with them back markers. It's being sarcastic, he's not good with back markers. So will we see a bit of jostling here? There's blue flag, blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. So yeah, Mercedes need to make the most output out of their tires right now. If they aren't first by the time everyone else pits, then they're cooked. They're 6th and 7th right now. No hope. Like there's no hope. There's no hope here. There's absolutely no hope here. Hello. Yep, killing these guys, it seems. This is why we should have simulated quali, guys. Past Franco, easy stuff. Not past Dirksen, actually. Yeah, Ocon's flying on his medium, man. He's going quick on his mediums. I think he'll possibly go for a fastest lap, possibly, maybe? Who knows? Boom. Makes it easy past Dirksen. Back up into P3. 4 seconds to tap. That'll have to make up, so that's still stuck behind that. Yeah. Absolutely, like, South Africa's race absolutely ruined. Pole to P7. If you remember last time out in Azerbaijan, he went from P8 to P1. So he'll have to do some stuff here. Yeah, Alcon's clawing his way through. South Africa as well. They're both clawing their way through the grid. Will Franco Colina defend? Will the Mercedes reserve driver defend? Two former Mercedes drivers in two Mercedes-powered cars going up against each other. Who will come out? I think the answer is pretty clear. It's W11 versus a Racing Point. It's Sadaf through. Ocon catching up to Tap, I think he's been slowed by back markers a bit. So the two Mercedes drivers, I think they're doing a pretty alright job. Is it right now? Pretty alright. Obviously with the assistance of the back markers, he will have some sort of the other side, I would assume. I think Joe's not pitted. He's gonna extend actually on these mediums. There the Haas pulls aside. And Ocon, ooh, that was gonna be a risky move. As the lap Ferrari, I believe that's Joe, comes out and he hits him. And he's into the wall. What is up with this guy? What is up with this guy? I swear, bro. I swear, man. Every time I put myself on 10-10 things, it just never works out. The heck is this? Now I'm removing. Yeah, I'm removing that penalty. Because clearly it was a racing incident, guys. Clearly it was a racing incident. I'm looking. Yeah. So Duff easily pulls past. Gets first. Man, what is this? Man, what is this? Man, what is this? Okay, I guess. This game is rigged against me. Always against me. Always against me. Oh, Joe pits, by the way. But I think because the grid is so clumped up together. Yeah. Yeah, so technically Ocon should be in the lead right now. Yeah, but whatever, man. It's whatever, man. It's whatever, man. There's always next season, Turkey, I guess. Okay. Oh, they banged wheels there. Yep, so that gets a penalty. Which I don't think is fair, but okay. Like, I'm honestly so done right now. Like, honestly, I'm so done. I just end this race. I don't want the suffering to continue any longer. And I know, knowing Joe's going to be fast on these tires. Very fast on these tires. Okay, I guess, if you say so. Boom, left, right, left, right. Left, right, onto the straight we go. They pull aside, Tap goes to defend. Ocon pits for a third consecutive. I want to race him. No. Just because I'm having a bad race doesn't mean I should race him. I don't want to race him. Oh, there are 9 laps left, by the way. And Ocon's just going to be passed. Oh, he's not. He's going to be passed by Franco. Yes, he is. So yeah, that's 22 seconds to make up to first place. I mean, yes, granted he won't have to pit again, so he'll have time to make up a lot of positions. Yeah, I know. But like still, man, how do you bottle so badly right now? How do you bottle so badly? Okay. Yeah, so both Mercedes drivers are not making the recovery drives of their lives right now. Which, okay, I guess. You win some, you lose some. But we will see Joe win in Turkey. It's very, very likely that he's going to win in Turkey. I mean, unless, yeah, he's on like the 4 lap fresher tires. So yeah, he's gonna win. He's definitely gonna win. Where does Tap come out of? Ocon really needs this if he wants to stay ahead, because if Tap comes out ahead of him, he's gonna have lots of problems. And he does. Yep, comes out ahead of Ocon. So I think it's for certain now that Tap's gonna finish ahead of Ocon. Yeah, sure, they're fighting now, but oh, and also Joe went into the lead of the race, as expected. Joe went into the lead of the Grand Prix now, and it seems like Fornaroli actually is also going to stand on the podium. I think. Don't know. Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be a given. I think Joe started P3, got off well. The Mercedes were fighting. So both Mercedes cars actually duking it out. Yeah, you can just see there. Getting past Ocon there. Ocon, defenseless. Like, what is he going to do? He has all the tires on him, so what's he going to do? 7 laps to go. And actually, if the race finishes like this, Joe will actually go into the lead of the championship. If the race finishes like in this order, Joe's gonna go into the lead of the championship. Guaranteed. Okay, Ocon seems pretty fast actually right now. I don't know if it's because he's been spending his battery, but it seems as though he's gonna cycle move on Franco right now. Let's see. Is he gonna do a move? I think he will. Boom. On Franco. Tap also on Franco? No. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So I think now it's Franco that's pulling his teammate up, because Tap seems pretty fast right now. Every little thing is actually back up into the points for the first time this race. Good on him. Someone's not been so lucky as Joe. It's Joe, yeah, he's not been very lucky. So now Ocon's next target is Mr. Dirksen over there. All he has to do is clear some back markers efficiently, please, sir. Okay, sure, I guess. Yeah, Fonra pits and Ocon speeding. Oh, Dirksen. No, that's not Dirksen, sorry. Dirksen's further up the road. Yeah, so Fonra pits. Where does he come out ahead? Comes out behind Edward, right? No, because Edward also pitted? I don't know. But Fonra will come out in P8. Good. Yeah, so Taps now made it past, and Ocon didn't manage to get past Dirksen in time. So all this means that yes. All this means that yes, I do think the Tap will get past Ocon here. I think it's just a given. Really is just a given. Yeah, with 6 laps to go, I think someone who has to pit again, Sadaf. Definitely, Sadaf has to pit again. Joe, maybe not, but I think, yeah, Sadaf pits. Sadaf is going to pit. Meaning Tanner Bado goes up into P2. Yep. And Dirksen actually. Dirksen is freaking fighting with his lap teammate. Dirksen also pits. Interesting. Dirksen's also pitting. What's Sadaf pitted for? He's pitted for hards. For 5 laps. Hards. 5 laps. On hards. Cannot be serious. So, I mean, okay. If you think about it logically, right? Then Joe and Stella Bajol also both have to pit. If you think about it logically, right? And they have to pit in 3 laps, right? Meaning that they'll only have 2 other laps. I mean, if we remember what Ocon did in Malaysia, where he made up an 11-second whatever the time difference in 2 laps and managed to win, right? But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that it seems very highly unlikely that something like that's gonna happen again, unless Joe does extract some marvelous pace from his Brummel. Don't think that's gonna happen. Uh, yeah, but that's my own honest opinion. I think, yeah, if Tap has to pass Ocon if he wants to survive, I guess. And he looked close for a move. He did really look close for a move, but doubt it. I think when we get to the next sector, yeah, by the time the next sector rolls around, Tap will have passed Ocon. I'm pretty confident in that. Unless Tap drives himself into a wall or something, then no. Yeah. So Dolph said the fastest sector 1. How is this guy so fast? Like, generally, is his teammate genuinely or something? Yeah, I told you. Past him. So can Ocon come back now? He will have DRS. I think he does have battery. Pulls past. He has inside line, drives him straight into the wall. Oh no! Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was really, really bad. Oh no. Oh man, that was some very dirty racing there. Very, very dirty, and Ocon has to pit again. Just killing me at this point. Genuinely take my soul at this point. What a... Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my... Like, I'm so... I'm going to go insane. At this point, I'm just gonna go insane. Goes for softs with 3 laps to go. I doubt he's gonna make up with like a 45-second time difference. I mean, unless Joe pits, but that's still 20 seconds. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, I guess, bro. So yeah, Joe's gonna take the championship lead right now. If the race finishes like this, I think all Joe needs is to be 13 points ahead of Ocon, right? And already, if Joe wins and Ocon finishes P5 or lower, then Joe will take the championship lead. So Ocon needs to finish at least P4 in this race to keep his championship lead right now. So, I mean, unless Joe drives himself straight into a wall, I don't not see how that's not happening. Yeah. Yeah. When the sky falls, when it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all, together in the skyfall, when it crumbles. Guys, Mercedes challenge. Try not to ruin your race. Genuine Mercedes challenge. Try not to ruin your own freaking race, man. Oh my days. Oh my freaking days. Like, I'm genuinely so surprised like that this has happened. Because Mercedes were P1 and like P2 or something. Yeah, it was a front row lockout. How do you genuinely go from P2 to P7? What is my Pivel doing? So yeah, let's see. These guys have made absolutely no progress. Well, these two, the only world champions on the grid, by the way. As of right now, these guys are the only world champions on the grid right now. World champions by the. Oh my gosh. Look at my pidos. Guys, look at my pidos. These are my pidos. Porca. I don't know. Is my chat on? Or maybe no one just said anything. I really don't know. Anyway, I think the most Ocon can do is a P5 ish. Yeah. But yeah, Funko Colino is right there. So unless Ocon, I don't know, drives himself into a wall again for the fifth time this race, then yeah, he's gonna make it easy on Funko Colino. Pulls aside and will pull past the tap wheels, I think, right there. So yeah, all Ocon has to do to retain his championship lead right now is pass Dirksen. So can he pass Dirksen? While we watch this battle, up ahead, he had a great start. He did all the things he needed to do. Red Bull was point with the strategy. Frappe with the strategy. And you know what he says? Let's dance. Alors on dance. Joe will look up and see the checkered flag first. And for the third time in Formula 170, Joe will win a Grand Prix. Joe will win the Turkish Grand Prix and take home the world championship lead unless Ocon does not pass Dirksen. Ocon needs to pass Dirksen right now if he wants to retain his championship lead and go for the second. But Red Bull throughout the season have done everything they can. But it seems is that Joe will win and take the world championship lead for the first time in the league so far. Wow. How the tables have turned this season. It seemed as though the W11 was everything that it was. It seemed as though Mercedes were going to win again. Mercedes and Ocon were going to win for the second time. But Red Bull had other plans. Red Bull always gives you wings, and Red Bull sure as heck are flying out on track. Yeah, that's some stuff you see there. Some stuff you see there. So there are the race results. Very, yeah, successful race. Stay for the anthem, obviously. Oh my gosh. Çok güzel. Sebastian Vettel. Okay. Yeah, you know what they say in Italian. I'm gonna have to talk when we get